What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? This is Big A, the Manc Geek, coming at you live through the power of the internet. To be honest, that doesn't actually make any sense. I mean, you can't come at someone live through the power of the internet unless you're live streaming, which this isn't. So, Buggy, I think you need to come up with a new intro for me to steal. Marvel Generations, man. It's interesting, I give it that. I will say it's interesting because I'm kind of confused as what it's meant to be. Why is it meant to be there? Why is it meant to be here? What's it supposed to do? What's it supposed to offer to us, the reader? And I'm kind of glad that ultimately I didn't buy any of them, because it seems like a pointless experiment. You've got the new heroes meeting the old classic legacy heroes and having some sort of like one-shot kind of story, essentially. And it's just one of those things where I'm looking at it going, what's the point? What are you trying to say here? What are you trying to offer me? Is there any character development you can offer to the new characters? Like I said, I haven't bought any of them. I'm thinking of getting the Miles Morales Spider-Man and Peter Parker Spider-Man one. That possibly could be interesting, but I don't know as to what the reason is for, yeah, having them meet the classic heroes. Like, I don't get it. I mean, if this is like a prelude to what Legacy is going to be, it's not that I'm worried. I'm still hopeful that Legacy will be pretty good, but I'm just a bit like, what is this supposed to offer us? What is this supposed to give to us? Because it doesn't look like it's been anything apart from kind of what if stories. And I don't think they've really highlighted anything about the characters. From what, well, I mean, to be fair, like I said, I haven't read it, but from what I've heard from other people, it just seems to be kind of another kind of semi-event, not event, that's just there. And I don't know, it's really odd. It's not like not like they had to do it. All they had to do for people to read, if like they want to get people into the new characters, all they had to do for people to read those characters is kind of just improve a bit on the writing, really, to be honest, and actually like give some of the characters something to overcome. That's pretty much it, really. I mean, I think they get the impression that people are asking for a lot, but all people are really asking for is, like, I've said this multiple videos, better stories. That's all people are really asking for. They're asking for better stories of these characters and better character development. In some cases, better dialogue, and in others, better art or a variation of body types and whatnot and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I don't know if what they need is some kind of like consumer interaction, like a focus group or something like that, so they can get a clear idea as to what it is people do want and what it is that people don't want. And I think that they'll see that Generations, it wasn't ever going to be anything that anyone would really care about or hold up, or it would get people into their new characters. And I'm subject to the new characters. I'm actually producing a video at the moment on Mosaic, which unfortunately that book was cancelled, man, but that book was so good. But yeah, back to Generations. Like I said, I'm not fussed about it. I don't think it's offered anything to anyone. People aren't raving about it. They've not developed the new characters. So ultimately, well, what was the point? I don't know what the point was. Even reading an article on, I think it was on comicbook.com, I didn't get what the point was of the whole thing. I didn't understand. I was just like, they've not. It's almost like they had a cool idea, but with no clear vision as to what the idea was meant to lead into and was meant to mean in relation to the old and the new. You can have as many cool ideas as you like. If it doesn't lead into something and it doesn't say something, then ultimately, like I said multiple times throughout this video, what is the point? There isn't one, essentially. And that's just sad to see, because Generations could have been something quite interesting, I think, because it is a pretty interesting concept. But what we've ended up with is just them saying, yo, the new characters are better than the old, pretty much more or less. Especially with the Riri Williams one, where she's told that, oh yeah, you're gonna be the most awesome person ever. The whole thing just feels like it was just a prank. Just a prank to get people to buy these books without actually offering them anything of any substance whatsoever. But let me know what you think about Marvel Generations. Let me know if you think I should pick up any of the books other than the Spider-Man one. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification. You can check me out on Twitter and Instagram at BigA85GL. And as always, I'll catch you on the next one.